Hello, everyone, and welcome to our final edition of Conversations with the Superintendent for the 2017-18 school year. We're counting down till the final days of school, Dr. Polio, and I know we got our audit back from the Kentucky Department of Education. That's caused some concern within JCPS, people wondering about next steps, and so it's always great to hear directly from you about where the process goes from here.
Well, Allison, first of all, we're digesting everything that's in the audit report and really taking a look at it. Throughout the course of the year, I've said from the very beginning that we have to acknowledge where we have areas of improvement and make sure that we address those immediately. So we're first of all finding out areas of improvement that we need to take care of, assertively addressing those, making sure that our school leaders know as quickly as possible the things that we need to address. The second part of that is to understand the process from this point forward. I know our Board of Education and our board members, will be, are currently looking at options, and we'll have until May 30th to make the decision as to whether they will request a hearing from the Kentucky Board of Education sometime this summer. So we'll be making that decision in the next few weeks. Our board members will be making that decision most likely at our May 29th board meeting. But most importantly, right now, we are doing the work. We're showing up every single day. We're making sure we become a better district every day. Myself and our board members and everybody on this team are committed to moving forward. We showed that Tuesday night at our board meeting. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to become a better district every single day. Address the issues we have compliance as a foundation, and make sure in the end we become a much better district, and that's what we're going to do.
And we have promised, Dr. Polio has, to keep employees informed as we move throughout this process. So even if employees are off during the summer, to make sure to check your email and follow us on Twitter. We'll be posting updates and keeping people informed that way.
Definitely. I mean, we are committed in everything we do to doing our best to communicate. That was a fundamental thing that I started with, working with the communications department, is making sure we send out as much communication as possible in many ways, from this to emails to many other ways that we're doing this, social media. We'll continue to do that, so stay with us through the summer and we will definitely provide updates. One thing that I can ensure all of our employees throughout JCPS is that they will have a committed team from central office that is going to work to improve JCPS, and we will do that throughout the summer, and we will be ready for the 18-19 school year.
And that's what you said. A lot of our kids are involved in their final end-of-year testing right now, from AP exams to K-Prep, and we have to keep showing up and doing the work. Our kids are counting on us. And you outlined for the board some of the next priorities over the next 5 to 6 months. Could you just share with employees who may not have seen that at the board meeting where we're going to be and the work that's going to be moving forward?
Sure, and I continue to talk about it every opportunity I get, really the 5 major points that we are working on improvement. We have a lot of things going on, but 5 major areas that we are working on right now. First of all, we are addressing our Vision 2020, our strategic plan, to reflect all the major initiatives that we are doing. I like to call it a little bit more of an action plan. It is the things that we are going to do in the next 30 months. We have 30 months until December 2020. And so we're going to really redefine what it's going to mean to be successful in December of 2020. Our steps we're going to be taking, how we're going to measure whether we make it, and what outcomes we expect to have as a result of these steps. And so that is coming quickly. Everyone knows, we've talked about many times, but our backpack of success skills. And essentially it's around a transition continuum, making sure that first of all, we provide different experiences for all of our kids in every school, in every classroom, with every teacher, different types of experience in the classroom, authentic experiences. But most importantly, we identify the kids that are going to be transition ready, from kindergarten ready to middle school ready to high school ready and to college ready, around this backpack of skills, what we want every student to have as they make the next transition. And most importantly, without a doubt, providing the interventions needed for kids who are not transition ready as a school, a classroom, and as a district. And we're committed to doing that, from literacy and numeracy through all the success skills that we want our kids to have. Third, we have a Vision 2020 facilities plan that is not just going to be a list of things we need to do, but the things that we are really committed to doing in the next 30 months. Everyone knows I've talked a lot about our reorganization. That's the fourth major point of central office. We've done a whole lot of work on that. We're excited about announcements of new cabinet members that will be made in the near future. We're really excited to hire some home run hitters that are going to do great things for our district. And finally, our Alternative School Task Force that is meeting in the next 2 weeks to really take a look at what's happening to our most at-risk students and how we can provide a better education and better opportunities and supports for our kids in our alternative schools.
And you've mentioned facilities, a huge need in the district that hasn't been addressed for quite some time. We have the facilities moves that are going on over the summer, but you've also mentioned generally about the need for the future and some broad ideas about what comes next.
So we did some tough work this year. Without a doubt, we have an ESL Newcomer Academy for the first time instead of 4 different locations spread out all over the city. We were committed from the beginning of the year to making sure that they had one location where we could provide all of our services for these students in one location. We have a new home for our W.E.B. Du Bois Academy for 1 year. We had to find a spot for that and really excited, plus some other changes. But as we move forward, what we've done is, and our operations department has worked diligently over the past few years to try to keep up with just the renovation schedule. But what we're really working with operations to do, and our Chief Operations Officer Mike Razor, is to make sure that we have a list of things that we're going to do in the next 30 months that are going to change the way facilities work in that time. We've got to build schools. We've got to do some significant renovations to some of our flagship schools. But we've got real work to do, and we've got to think of innovative ways to do that. But without a doubt, we want to see new schools built all over this community and significant renovation to some of our schools that need it, that haven't had that renovation in many years. So we're assertively looking at ways to do that, and we want our facilities to look significantly different in December 2020 as they do now.
And the final question, Dr. Polio, you're heading to a lot of graduations coming up. For more than 20 years, you've been going to graduations as a staff member or principal, now as superintendent. I think you're hitting almost 10 graduations. So what is that going to be like, your first official season as a superintendent graduation? And what is your message to those students who are going to be heading out and into the workforce and college and career?
Well, without a doubt, graduation ceremonies are my favorite of the year. As a principal, you're very nervous during the ceremony about things going well. You want a great ceremony. You want it to go smoothly. You want to honor the seniors. You want families to be able to hear their student's name and it all go really well and be a great ceremony for staff. But without a doubt, it is the most rewarding thing that we do. Because it is that opportunity as a high school principal. You spent 4 years with most of these kids, and you saw them come in really as 14, 15-year-olds that need a lot of work and attention, and you spend 4 years with them, and you go through this journey with them, and now they're 18-year-olds, and they're graduating and going out into the world. So it is such a special thing to be a principal and to be a part of a graduation ceremony. I am excited to do that this year as well. And throughout the course of a year, and this year has been challenging in many ways, it's been rewarding in many ways, there is no better way to conclude a school year than going to multiple graduations. So I'm just real excited to be a part of 10 different graduation ceremonies and shake a lot of hands and see the excited faces of our graduates here of JCPS. And my message to them would be that your journey is not over. Your education journey is not over. It's really only just beginning. This is the transition to college, and to make sure to take advantage of that and continue that journey of lifelong learning, no matter how long that takes. But be committed to doing that, and we hope that JCPS has been that foundation for you. But continue that journey from this point forward.
And thank you, Dr. Polio. And while we're all getting ready for graduations, we've already started preparing for the first day of school. So we'll see you back here right before school starts. And don't forget, we'll keep you updated with any news over the summer. Have a great school year.